Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you got to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect.
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, 892 Tuesdays. We've been talking about professionalized wrestling coming up on an anniversary here next week. Ooh. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the social medias here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, ready to hang with all y'all guys tonight. First of all, we have from the Riztopia, Riz Plays Games on Twitch, though Riz.
Riztopia, yeah, I'll take Riztopia.
I got to hang out with you twice this weekend.
Yeah.
We went and got coffee, and then we talked about video games and looked at video games.
You gave me a shirt and some stickers of capybaras for some reason.
Well, listen, it was San Diego, and we had a fever dream that you love capybaras. And now...
I think I might have sent one TikTok. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. All I know is Dutters was like, capybaras, we need capybaras for Riz. And then we were searching the entirety of the San Diego Zoo for capybara stuff. Now you are capybara. Do you have the shirt handy?
I do not have the shirt handy.
It is a Christmas capybara shirt, which we gave him the day before New Year's Eve. So, whoops. So, that's okay. I have gifts over here that still haven't been handed out.
Me too.
Also back with us, doing the run-in. There, no mercy. Zeke Mercer.
What's up, people?
Yeah, you're so quiet. You're so
I'm
quiet.
so quiet.
Oh, what are you
tired.
doing? You're
I am
tired. But no, thank you so much for running.
I did the running. I did a running 12
We were supposed to have a new introductory guest here this week, but they got sick. Apparently, everybody's getting sick.
Yeah, everyone's getting sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the post New Year's Eve flu. Everybody partied too hard or licked each other. I don't know. I don't know what happens at New Year's parties these days.
I didn't do anything.
What are the kids doing, Zeke?
I don't know. What are you asking me? I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I'm a grizzled vet.
You're closer to the kid. Yeah, you're kind of.
I think I've been around the block.
You're the grizzled young veteran.
Oh God.
Yeah. I know somebody else is using that, but
I think a whole team is using that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a whole team. Yeah,
I love them though.
Yes,
I love them.
They're re-debuting at TNA.
Hell yes.
Next month, so
I
very excited about that. We'll be talking about professionalized wrestling here. And back at it after 2 weeks. 2 weeks off. Yeah, we didn't record anything for this last week. You just enjoyed a very.
There was a thing on last week.
There was a thing. There was an awkward Festivus special that went places, I guess. So there's that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. ? But no, thank you for the STDs for coming in and doing that. At least trying something different, whether it worked out or not. But anyways, let's get kicked off. First of all, WWE. Let's do some WWE talk here. We're talking about AEW here later in the show, including how are they doing? Did we like the Continental Classic? Does Tony Khan look good in a hat? We'll find out later in the show. But in the meantime, so WWE is going some interesting ways. Actually, it's been a really interesting month for departures, and WWE became non-exclusive to WWE now, with Kevin Dunn announcing his giving his notice.
His notice. I think it's funny that he left on his own court. You would think that he would have gotten feature endeavored.
I don't know.
At least once.
I don't know if it was a note on one of the sheets or something. I don't think it was in his thing, but there was something about he's not going to take orders from somebody not in the company or something like that. So
he misses Vince.
He misses his buddy Vince.
Look, you know what? Say what you want. If your whole thing is that I'm not working for anyone but my best friend, and you can walk away from that. I got respect.
Also, how vested is he? He doesn't need to work right now. I can't imagine he needs to work.
He probably doesn't, and that's the best thing. He's like, you know what? I don't need this freaking job.
He built and developed and evolved the production of professional wrestling over the last
20-some
30 years.
Oh, 30-some odd years?
Maybe. I thought he came in the 90s, maybe.
I don't know.
We'll
either way,
we got a research department out there.
Either way, you got all right, man. You got to shake that man's hand. Just yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? What can you say?
But I mean, also,
who's gonna argue that like you haven't earned your? It's Kevin Dunn. Like,
absolutely. Whether you like what he's done or not, what he's done to wrestling production or not, like still he was there and he was the spearhead of it, and it does influence a lot of what we do. You know what a lot of wrestling companies do, right?
Pretty much.
40 years, says Tina.
Oh, okay.
40 years.
So yeah,
good for you know what?
Walk away, man.
Yeah,
walk away from the sun.
It's fine. Go live your life, dude.
Go. Just go.
But you know what?
Go Kevin Dunn.
But
all
you know
over
what?
the place.
There isn't a lot of like people who can walk away from wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So like to see him, even his position, just to be able to like I walked away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? He has a like experience that very few wrestlers could have.
You know what? He's probably not going to complain about the fact that Vince never gave him a retirement match like he promised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Did you see the Goldberg stuff?
No, because I'm not. Believe it or not, I'm not actually on Twitter all the time. People don't have to believe that.
Are you on the internet?
I try to be.
Either way, so this is where I tell Zeke what's going on in the wrestling business and get some reactions.
Oh, we're about to play Two Truths and a Lie.
No, we're not going to do Two Truths and a Lie because I screwed that up a couple weeks ago.
Don't get me wrong, I know a lot of drama
because he already knows all the weird shit that Chess Flexer has done in the last couple of weeks. So
that's true.
So that's out of here. By the way, Sean Patrick. Shit. Sorry, it says no government names. On this show, Sean Patrick, who is on his I don't know how many retirements now, because yes, 5 years in, grizzled vet, a lol.
Exactly 5. To be sick, it'll be 6 in May.
It's at 6. That's right. It's 6.
It'll be 6.
What are you talking about?
That's freaking. I'm sorry. That's just weird to me now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. What the hell?
I mean, you still get. I mean, well, I guess you technically did stuff over COVID, but anyways.
I survived COVID. COVID survived me.
That's how I got the No Mercy. But
pretty much.
So apparently Goldberg was on, I'm sure, a podcast or some shit, talking about how he went and did one of the Saudi shows. I think it was the one where he lost to Roman, right? And he said, I'll do this as long as you give me a proper retirement match, right? Okay. And he never did.
So what was the what was the proper retirement match?
I don't know. It wasn't losing the Roman Reigns, that's for sure, in the desert. So whatever that is.
How much money did you make?
I know, he made some money. That's it.
I don't know what
but he still like called in the favor and never got it. And the best thing was, what's his name? Hansen from the Vikings says, I'll give you a retirement match.
I want to see that match.
I'm like, yeah, let's do that.
People don't understand, like, War Machine, man. I'm so sorry. But, like, damn, War Machine was something different.
Mm-hmm.
I remember showing my dad War Machine, and he was just so.
You're talking about Hansen and Ray Rowe, now the Viking Raiders. I forgot. I went through, I think I might have mentioned this on the show. I went through Honor Club and looked for all the Pittsburgh shows and shows I had been to for Ring of Honor, and I forgot at the David Lawrence Convention Center the weekend of that Royal Rumble, the what are they called? The Top Prospect, not Top Prospect, is the Top Prospect tournament that they do? It was the main event. It was the final. Ray Rowe and Hansen.
That's awesome.
Before they become the tag team afterwards.
That's awesome.
I was like, wow, we fucking like saw like them develop, right?
Yeah.
And then Matt Hardy was teaming with Adam Cole. So that was a thing.
Dude, I feel like before I even got into indie wrestling, like it doesn't even sound real.
No. It was weird to see Matt Hardy at a Ring of Honor show in general. He was doing Big Money Matt. It was strange. It was a whole thing.
I can't remember what was even popular in 2018. And that was the year that I started to debut in wrestling.
2018, no, because it gets mushy around
then.
Dude,
what the fuck was even happening back then? This is before AEW. PWG still in Reseda, right? Like that's like saying that
they
sentence.
Didn't move yet.
You know that what I'm saying, what I'm referencing is dated, because they're not even in that damn theater anymore. I think are they?
No,
I think they're still in the theater.
I thought that theater was shut down. I don't know. Someone told me that.
Shut down?
Someone told me that. I was like, oh, okay.
What theater were they running? Not the Blasco, was it? Because that's where Women in Wrestling run.
Another one. I don't know how many, but like I just hear a lot of things. So I'm just like, God damn, like like even just say like, oh yeah, they're in Reseda. I was like, yeah, that's like. I had to think about like there is a match of like what's it called? What's his name? Ricochet versus what's his name? Not Jonah. damn, I forgot his name now. Either way, he played like Mil Miltez in like season 1 of
Oh yeah, I know who you're. Messias, Jonah Messias or something.
Yeah,
yeah,
that happened.
That happened.
Sam McIntyre was facing like so many random people back then. I remember his journey to get on.
I love that Kevin Dunn's got such a flattering IMDb picture.
Why did he never change that?
They never changed that.
You never. That's how you know he was doing well for himself. He didn't even care. He's just like, you know what?
Would he care about it? Does he know
like,
he has an IMDb page?
Isn't this the one
picture
from,
though? You didn't even like submit a professional picture.
Like, isn't this the one from Wrestling with Shadows?
It might be. It actually might be.
See, that's even wrong.
Well, that's the thing. Like they'll pull from like you ever see Wikipedias where there's no like proper photos. Like you have to get the open source.
You're telling me they're all the like cool office executive press conferences. There's no professional picture of Kevin Dunn.
No,
you're telling me there's nothing.
No way.
Not even like a conference. Nothing. Nothing makes you better than that photo. There's nothing. That's amazing.
I'm gonna search Google Images and
someone please.
I don't know. I search it and I see a picture of Kevin Dunn. Yeah. Oh wait, this is a really old picture because I think
it cannot be the only picture of
this is
man.
him. Oh no, that went away.
Oh.
What happened there?
It can't be the only picture of that man. It's impossible.
I lost my computer.
No.
So
conspiracy. You'll need to know what he looks like now.
What we do?
It's the Kevin Dunn conspiracy.
There you go. That's a more current picture.
That's a better picture of what they have on IMDb.
Everybody uses this picture. Like,
what's the heat? What did he do?
Because everybody hates the bobble shot. When you hit. That's why.
What shots?
Whenever they throw a punch, they do that zoom in, that boom boom, that
so
pop.
that just relegated him to have a terrible IMDb picture.
I mean,
for all
listen,
of eternity.
Nobody writes for wrestling news sites except for very angry wrestling fans. Okay, so
I don't even.
Yeah, how many times do they have to edit like certain Wikipedia pages because it just had
so
weird shit on it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah. There's
are we that bored as a fandom?
Well, yes. I mean,
yes.
Anyways,
yes,
some people are. They just gotta share shit. Anyways, fuck. Did I even see if this was online? I didn't even see if our YouTube was over here. Anyways, what are we doing? So WWE doing something very interesting. I hate YouTube right now. I'm gonna have some work to do later. But anyways, I think it's very interesting though because WWE came into the new year kind of resonating with some other companies have been doing, including their own NXT. They did Day One, which was a pay-per-view brand that they did last year, I think, right? Because
New Year's actual pay-per-view. Was it Sunday last year?
Yeah, it was Sunday.
So it was like a pay-per-view.
The first was on a Sunday, so they did a pay-per-view called Day One. They're doing New Year.
It's premium live events.
Okay.
Man, look, I ain't working for them.
All right, come on.
I ain't working for them.
Okay, Corey Graves, thanks.
Yeah, you ain't
okay.
gonna, you pay me, I'll say whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. So getting Corey Graves money, I'll call it a PLA.
Yeah,
Until the meantime, please support us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. They're doing New Year's Evil, which is something they've done with NXT for a couple years now, probably. And they're doing actually New Year's Revolution here on Friday with SmackDown. So
it's New Year's Revolution. And I thought NXT wasn't NXT New Year's Evil.
Yeah, New Year's Evil. Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a new one. That's a new one. But
they're just trying shit now. They're just
I like it though because they did like it and Riz, like, you know, we talked about, we were talking about the Nia Jax match before.
Right.
You know,
that shit was so
they
fun.
really did, like, it did feel like a big show last night. You know,
it really did.
Like I want to say full pay-per-view quality, but like
we was getting there.
Real
we was
freaking
getting there.
good.
Yeah.
Like high-end Raw. It was nice because there was something to build to, right? And I think that's what they need, especially if they weren't doing a pay-per-view, because they had nothing since Survivor Series. We usually get like a weird early one or a mid-December or something or other, right?
You get Great Balls of Fire.
Great Balls of Fire. Great Balls of Fire. It's a perfect Great Balls of Fire time. Actually, I thought that was a July pay-per-view. So
I think it was.
But
we get something in between.
But it was something like that. Like we would get TLC this time of year usually, right? So no, this is another. I think, but also I think they want to pop that rating for the new the new deals coming up.
Hey,
So there's a bit of a push there to make sure everything's as hot as it can possibly be for the next however many months.
Yeah, come on.
So like Raw's the only one that hasn't announced a deal. Everybody else is signed up.
I wonder what they're gonna pull off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be nuts.
it's gonna be something like.
Am I
just
gonna
like,
is Peacock? Is
what?
it gonna be still on Peacock? Is it gonna be because they haven't announced that yet? What's going on with that? Because I think that deal might be up soon too.
So I could just cancel my Peacock subscription.
We'll see what happens. It might be you might be another WWE network, or maybe it goes to Max. I don't know.
Well, I think the worst decision was to go to Peacock. I will always stand by that.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
the
yeah. It's terrible.
WWE
Terrible.
network was like.
But they got paid enough money to do it.
I understand.
To inconvenience all of us.
I really understand that. I hate it,
but you're paying less to get more.
Yeah, but
in the long run,
I guess. But here's the thing. As a wrestling fan, I want you to look at me like super serious.
Okay.
Do you use Peacock outside of watching the Fed?
This is my serious face.
Do you?
Actually, I do.
Because the only time I've ever
you'll
used
laugh at what I'm watching.
Cocaine Bear.
First of all,
That's what I watched. That's the only thing I watched.
There's some good movies come up
That's
in
the
there.
only thing you're
Yeah.
watching.
I don't like.
They have some day and dates and stuff. I do watch Twisted Metal, the new Quantum Leap series, the new Night Court series. Sorry, they got me with the nostalgia on those.
Oh wait, like Night Court, like Matlock Night Court, or like
What?
No,
The comedy.
the comedy Night Court.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Matlock. Matlock
No,
was
wait.
Matlock.
Matlock is Matlock. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. Everything's getting like a redone and redux. I don't know what's going on. I keep seeing like remakes of everything now.
Yeah. Oh,
So, like, I
it's
have
terrible.
no idea. Like,
Oh
what's
yeah,
going
it's terrible what they've been doing with those.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a Matlock Night Court.
Or maybe there might be.
There might be, for all I know.
But anyways, no, I think there's enough there. Thanksgiving Day Parade. Got to watch that. Got to, we get NBC on there, and I don't have cable if there's something
There
we
you
want to
go.
watch.
Yeah.
Do you watch football?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's on there. That's
I
on
watch
there. It's on the
foosball.
Paramount.
Just because I live in the city now, I have to care about the foosball.
The foosball,
Yeah, I really
you
don't
don't
care
have
about
to.
the
No, you
foosball.
just pay attention to the schedule and put it on your calendar so you know when to avoid downtown. So
Downtown.
yeah, I got caught in those. So like, what do you mean they're doing Saturday games now?
True.
That pissed me off.
No, I will never forgive the Taylor Swift concert. That was terrible.
Oh, jeez, I left town. I just left town.
I was
Sorg doesn't
in the
left.
process of
He's-
moving up here to Pittsburgh when she came.
Oh no.
So I was like, I
Oh
hate
no, you
everything
got
about it.
swifted.
Yeah,
You
she
got
can't come back.
swifted.
She
No
can't come back.
Swift Zeke Mercer.
Nope. Not about it.
Anyways, if you guys want to, I don't know. I don't have a transition for this. Guys, you can support this show here. Maybe that's your New Year's resolution, support more of the content that you consume, including this show. We appreciate everybody that does support the show. We appreciate you who are going to support the show. We're looking for new ways for you guys to support the show. We're going to be throwing the Patreon in audio version. So if you do actually follow us on Spotify, I believe you can. I don't use Spotify, but I've turned all this stuff on Patreon. You should be able to see the Patreon after this week when I start posting them. You should be able to see the Patreon exclusive content in your Spotify playlist as well when you subscribe to the show and also have a Patreon account. So those kinds of things we're trying to start to roll out here. New things we're looking at iTunes subscriptions for anybody that wants to do that. How whatever makes sense for you guys to help support the show, of course. But thank you to everybody that
And
does.
we are debating on exclusives as well, like
Yes.
for Patreon.
Absolutely. You had some ideas. You had some ideas coming up here. I don't want to say them until we say we're doing them, but
we're keeping it hush hush.
that's
for
right.
now.
That's right. That's a cool thing. We can do something. It might suck, and we decide not to release it, and you won't even know, or we'll release it anyways, and then you'll know. But that's what we try to give out.
But you have
for
to
guys.
pay. You have to go under. You have to actually pay for it.
That's
for
right.
that
Dude, you
stuff.
got to do the thing. You got to do the thing. You got to do the dance with us, okay? Maybe there's some dancing. Maybe we'll get Zeke to dance here in the
You'll
Patreon.
never get me to dance.
Maybe we'll. Oh man, I'm telling you, go to the Braille box with us on Saturday.
I don't want to dance.
Listen to some emo tunes with
love emo
Remy.
tunes, but I
Come
can't.
on, Remy's on the spin
Oh, my
Sorg,
ba-
who's dancing with us in Patreon?
on Patreon. I'll tell you who's doing the dance on Patreon right now. Our friends at the fan of the show level, Bo Diggity!
Woo!
Woo! as well as Ed Burke, Team Hammer Fist, and Tupac family, as well as at the Poppy Club level. Dave Prop Pop, partner, spouse of Rooster Early Affair at roosterlyaffair.com, and Rats in a Trench Coat, Tony Kincaid at the Pizza Club level. Doc Remedy, The Riz, and Lance Fisher, and at the manager level, Bradley. You guys support the show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. Zeke,
what's up?
This is a session. This is the segment where we talk about you, and I did not pregame this at all. What are you up to, man? Other than just punching MV Young in the face and vice versa.
I'm on a break.
You're on a break. This is. Have we talked about this on the show? We've talked about this.
This is like my third year doing this.
This is your third, but we've talked about this on the show. This concept, this wrestling break. Now we're talking about and actually it's running in. It's kind of becoming a thing. Because what's that? The Beastman just announced that he's pulling back on his bookings for the next year to heal up and such. There's some other people. Somebody else. I think Keith Lee took some time off to try to heal up, and obviously he's still having some issues with something that come out of the pay-per-view. So I feel like yours was mostly weather-based.
Weather-based, but also at the same time, like, you're back.
Yeah.
Like, you're back.
I get that. I get that.
Like, it's just, it sucked. Like, I couldn't, maybe it's better in other areas. I can't speak for every geographical wrestling territory, but something about this area and, like, January, February, mostly March, just it sucks. It sucks to travel. It's too damn cold.
Dude, I have one, other than what we're doing at 880, like my regulars, only one other promotion is doing a show this month.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
We need to slow down.
I think everybody slowed down.
Because it just sucks. Like, I'm not trying to say I started something, but I do be preaching. Like, it sucks. Like, why?
Why do I need a January? Why don't I just heal up so I can rock at WrestleMania weekend, right?
You could probably just pop up around, like, February.
Yeah.
And be fine.
You know what January is? A good time to start a podcast.
There you go. I don't know. Heal your back, work out, go to a chiropractor. I don't know. Not have to worry about where to go on the weekends.
Watch other people hit each other in the head with trash cans.
Yeah, like, come on. Watch people do it on television every year. They get paid.
That's right.
They get paid big bucks to do it. Just watch them for a while. Because most of us are going to, like, copy Wrestle Kingdom anyway. Let's be honest. We got
so you're gonna so wait. So you're getting out of the way. That's one thing that you're doing. This is actually really smart. So
I'm not
no, because So I don't know if everybody knows, but what happens after Wrestle Kingdom is you're gonna watch your indies on IWTV and Fight Plus or whatever the fuck they call it these days, and you're gonna watch all these indie wrestlers trying wild shit you saw on Wrestle Kingdom every weekend badly, and what you're doing is getting out of the way.
I'm not trying to
You're
talk
getting out of
shit.
the
I'm
way.
not trying to talk shit to people who love wrestling. I love Wrestle Kingdom. Sorg, it was like, what, 2 years, 3 years ago?
I saw some wild shit on the Noah pay-per-view this morning.
I bet you, yeah.
By the way,
I gotta watch.
I want to show. I have a picture to show you here in a moment here. But you don't need to get paired up with some jackass in West Virginia that thinks he's fucking Okada for the night. Okay, is what I'm saying.
I don't want. It's just, I get it, guys. We love it, but like, can we not let's just no like I don't.
Okay, can we do a complete sentence here?
Yeah, like there is no other way to it's no hate to anyone who loves Japanese professional wrestling and just embodies it. There's no hate upon that at all. Nothing in professional wrestling is original. Maybe a gimmick, maybe your name. But none of the moves you do are original.
But there's some wild shit that I haven't seen before lately. I'm just saying.
For sure, but it's rare.
Can we talk about this situation that I have here? This is a picture I took earlier watching it was the Noah in New Japan. By the way, thank you, Tina, for mentioning that this was on last night because I started watching it before bed. I watched a little bit more of it today. I'm going to watch more of it tonight, probably after NXT. This is Noah and New Japan as a team versus House of Torture on a Noah pay-per-view. It was like a Survivor Series, 6-on-6 match or something crazy. So I didn't get it in time and there was no rewind for some reason. 3 guys, 2 of them are holding this guy up. He was on his head with his legs up in the air and split while a guy headbutts his crotch.
Oh.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I've never seen that.
See, I don't want to be in
That's new?
That's new.
Are you trying it next month at VCW?
Me? Yeah. Fuck no.
Well,
Why would
first
I
of all,
do
you need
that?
2 teammates that
Why
are
would
that
I-
are coordinated.
My back, my hip. No, why?
I think that's definitely a move you can try on
And,
Mad Dog
like,
Myers.
and, like, oh God, no. I get why people.
Just you,
I get-
Cowpoke, and and
who else?
and I don't know, Colton Quinn. I'm trying to
Colton
think,
Quinn.
I'm trying to think of faces down there because Beastman's out of it
Damn.
technically.
But yeah, I don't know. I get why people love to do shit. We all love,
Mm-hmm.
we love New Japan. But God damn it, like it's every year, especially like
Tis
you know
the
who was,
season.
you know who was really bad
Mm.
when King Omega was pumping out those 5-star matches every like 2.5 months.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he pumped out a 6-star match like the 4th day of the new year. Like yeah, bro. Like everyone did the V trigger, everyone did the setup to the, like yeah, dude, we all watch the same shit. It's okay.
Everyone
It's
did
like,
the
like,
Osprey
like I'm
move.
sorry,
Yeah,
like
yeah, the Osprey stuff,
yeah,
right?
like it's okay, like it's
You know how many
okay,
hidden
like,
blades I've seen?
yeah, like we get it. We know that that's like your favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
you don't think everyone else watched the same pay per view you did?
Mm.
Like we know, like if you don't think
let's
so,
be fair. If you're depending on where you're in the indies, I don't think it's fair to say that everybody's watching. You think like all the fans of like a 2PW or VCW
Probably not.
watched Wrestle Kingdom.
but the people
No,
who are,
but
but
they're-
look me in the eye because you've seen some shit, right?
I've seen
so
some
look
shit.
when
I've
they
been doing this for like
when
almost
people
20 years.
when other wrestlers do the spots that see on other pay per views, other
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
don't they always usually do it in front of the fans who will get what they're doing?
I think you.
Come on now.
I
telling me.
want to say this delicately, but I think you overestimate the fans in attendance.
Probably.
I think there are more casual fans,
which is awesome.
that don't watch Wrestle
But,
Kingdom.
uh,
Go ahead, go on, Riz.
I see where you're going,
Mm-hmm.
but 99%, maybe that's too high. 95% of those fans that are in that crowd, casual or not, have one thing. They have the internet.
So they saw it on
They
Twitter.
have
saw,
they have GIFs.
I
they
got
have
you.
like-
I got
videos,
you.
they have,
Okay.
like recaps of it. They can see what's happening.
This isn't
and
like
say,
back in the
"Holy
day
shit,
when
this
we're
is
like,
amazing."
oh wait, we can get Wrestle Kingdom on pay-per-view with Jim Ross commentating on it. Where
Dude,
and that was an amazing thing.
We're in an era where people are willing to watch wrestling when they don't even know the damn language.
Mhm.
They just say, put it on.
Mhm.
Put it on.
Dude, I
If it's-
legitimately, Tokyo Joshi Pro, I just
Yeah,
throw
just
on while
put
I'm
it-
working, and I'm
put
like,
it the fuck
listen,
on.
I watch Japanese girls wrestling all day. I don't give a fuck what's going on.
But-
I don't understand what's going on. I don't know what they're singing, but I have it on.
That's why I don't understand like racist wrestling fans. Like, really, bro? Like, just
Yeah.
like really? Some of the best.
And ask them if they're the fan of The Rock.
Yeah, right. They're like,
That's a whole other
But you know-
conversation.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
I, like
yeah.
wrestling, like, is the like coolest fan. It gets me the most toxic at times.
Absolutely.
But like, it's like the coolest fandom because like, how many people like they can like even you can get 5 people in the room and they're not even talking about the same type of wrestling.
Isn't that it? I think it's an interesting point on toxicity because I'm trying to figure out like why is this so different than the other things, and I think there is one big difference is I feel like okay we're just talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Let's presume I don't know, maybe they're all delightful, but I presume Taylor Swifties there's a toxic element to them at some point. There's got to be. Every community has this. But you know what? People aren't saying shitty things to Taylor Swift's face. You know what I
Probably
mean?
not, no.
Versus wrestling fans, indie wrestling fan. What's the greatest thing about indie wrestling, pro wrestling in general, is the accessibility, right? I can go and walk up to, Ray Rowe before he was signed or after he was signed. I can walk up to, my favorite Will Ospreay, doing signings at a show, right? And I can be shitty to him. Like right to his face if I don't give a shit, and like that's the kind of thing. Like I think that's people that buy a ticket for the first or second row just to raise their shitty sign, like
And
things like that.
I love
was
about-
more direct. Who is paying all that money to see a Taylor Swift to say Taylor Swift sucks, right?
Right.
So like,
but that's what I like about like especially the casual fan of wrestling is at this point is that like they're just here for the wrestles. They don't care if you also wrestle in like 5 other states. Like they don't really care about.
Or
that
maybe
anymore.
they do.
Maybe
and
they
they're
do.
and they're following all those.
Some, but like I'm talking about the super casual. They just know.
Sure.
They just know like the local company in the area. Like 880 is like known for that. Like that's not a lot of wrestling fans in New Ken, but there's like 880 fans in New Ken, and that's a whole different.
Because
like,
it's a thing to do.
It's a thing to do.
And they brought them into wrestling.
Yeah.
Wrestling is the thing to do there. You know. Yeah. No, I think that happens in a lot of places. I think that happens with West Student. I think that happens with. Maybe Worthington. I don't know where everybody comes from for Worthington, for instance, right? Or McMecken. You know, is that mostly local? I see a lot of Pittsburgh faces there. You know, so it's not a bad drive down there. It's like an hour, 15 minutes or something from here, relatively. So like, and a lot of people live south of here. It's a lot easier. So no, I think I'm with you on something like that. You know,
I mean, I know for like how and I think we talked about this before as well. We talked about the debuting of our fandom in like independent wrestling. For me, very first match, I was a casual ass fan. I saw Matt Hardy on a card. I watched a commercial with him on it. I was like, I'm going to go to this company here. I have no idea who anybody else is. And then it just snowballed from there. I was that casual fan.
And then years later, you're just getting railroaded by RJ City and Dalton Castle.
There you go.
There you go.
The dream.
The dream is real. The dream is alive for the Riz.
I can't remember.
You've had your WrestleMania. You've had your Rizomania moment.
I can't remember what got me into indie wrestling. I can tell you what got me into wrestling in general. Like everyone, like you always make fun of my entry to wrestling, which is
I'm making fun. I
you find it.
It's
hilarious.
just like, huh?
Yeah.
Think about that.
It worked. It's a piece of.
This was the video game, right?
It was the video game.
Yes.
It's VR. I still have that game.
Wait. Which one was it?
Oh wait.
08. Oh man, we were just looking at 06 for a very specific reason.
I played 06.
Listen, Riz, put a pin in that. After the break, we're going to talk about that. Okay.
Good.
I love 08, and it got me. I still have the game. It's on 360. It's on 360.
Okay.
I still have the game in the disc. Like even though I have no 360, obviously it's 2024 now. I want to get that thing framed.
I have 3 of them.
Dude, let me load this thing up. Can I please bring it by?
Actually, I may have my own copy. It's the one with like Undertaker and ECW on it, right?
It should be Cena, Bobby Lashley, and Undertaker.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah,
I want to actually, there's probably a copy in the back. There's probably literally a copy in the back right now.
That game, but like, I got in that way, right? But But nowadays, everyone's just like, oh, I found this show on the internet. I found this show on TikTok. I found this shit on Instagram. And then like I started going to shows. Like I've gotten.
And we've talked about that. Like you know, Ziggy Heim was YouTube, right? You know, and we had Mikey on talking about Australian backyard wrestling.
Dude, there's some backyard.
It's wild.
I'm not even gonna lie. There are some backyard channels that have whole ass wrestling rings, and I'm not gonna say like, oh, they're the best shit, but like the shit they can pull off, the spots, the even the storytelling.
Even if they're not
it's
doing
like, okay,
listen, even if they're not doing it the right way, and this is not like a like get fucking trained.
Please get fucking.
But they're doing enough and have done it enough to take care of each other, right? To do it. You know, because they've at least learned a way to do it. It doesn't translate if they go anywhere else. But
it's just
they're fucked if they go training.
It's so interesting that people will show yards like, oh yeah, we show yarders, of course, like in the sense of like you speak driver on a show, make money off that. Yeah, bad practice. Yeah, but I look at people and be like, we all kind of yarded, right? Like we all did the whole wrestle my friends in the front yard, backyard.
Did you
the
body
bedroom.
slam your brother on the bed or something?
Did you not engage with your special interest of wrestling?
Who
by
hasn't
choke
choke slammed their cat?
Right. Like you never RKO'd your cousin in the playhouse before in the bounce
exactly.
House. Like come on,
exactly.
But at the same time, you have to admire those people who say, you know what, I want to show my love for this so much that trampoline or not. Whatever it is, I'm gonna fucking do it. Like it's fucking some of it's stupid for sure.
Sure.
At the same time, I always damn, that's love.
I can say when we did backyard wrestling in our era, or back in my day, did not know there's a wrestling school in Pittsburgh. We did not know. Well, we maybe heard of Killer Kowalski training Mick Foley 20 years ago, right? At that point, that was oh, this is what we do, right? This is the only option there is. Let's entertain our friends, So, but it's very interesting.
I wish more training schools actually promoted their school, like outside of the wrestling bubble, not just within come here for a seminar. But I feel like if it was a little bit, because I did the research to where I go train.
Go to college campuses. Right?
You
Actually,
could.
Yeah.
You could. There is probably a lot of potential.
I'm just seeing this vision of MV Young with flyers and a little tent outside of a college campus.
I know what college you're about to say too.
No, I did not say a specific one.
I thought you was about to say, what's it called?
What do you think?
The Vulcans play.
What?
The Vulcans.
The Vulcans.
Yeah. Cal U.
Cal U?
Yeah.
It's not even Cal U anymore.
Yeah.
But
we lost the namesake.
I don't know. He just wandered. We're wandering with pamphlets around CCAC, Point Park.
Dude,
Pitt,
honestly,
it makes a lot of sense.
Honestly, but here's the thing,
athletes that want to look for that next thing and are wrestling fans that don't even know, right?
It's just, at this point, we need more people who they love wrestling in different ways.
That's right.
We can't have the same people who just love the same match from '86, running everything in wrestling. We need people who like shit from 2004 and also 1986 to get a mix. You know what I mean? We gotta have someone who loves Kenny Omega and somehow doesn't like Hulk Hogan. At the same time, the same table loves Hulk Hogan and just shits on Kenny Omega. We have to have some people.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's something in the middle, because one of them likes Punk and one of them likes Kane. And it's not who you think it is.
Yo, Kane is at the Twisted Astronomicon coming up here. Yeah, I saw that announcement yesterday. I'm just like, whoa, okay. But they're big wrestling fans, so
But you know what I'm saying?
Mick Foley's been there too.
But you know what I'm saying? There just has to be some type of
You're building a house.
You have to. Well, building a house, but there has to be a spectrum of wrestling fans.
Actually, speaking of spectrum, we got a nice mix over at IndyWrestling.us. Hey, we got you maybe got the email if you're on our newsletter. Sign up if you're not, so you can know what's coming up here. But we actually do have I think it's 20% off on DVDs. If you want to go over there, and including the most recent shows are available there. If you like your physical media, we won't abandon you like WWE. Anytime in the near future, or Best Buy, or anything like that. If you want it on your shelf, if you want a DVD with Zeke Mercer's face on your shelf,
19-year-old Zeke Mercer throwing up like this. I
think we do have DVDs of those too.
Probably.
So if you want, go over to IndyWrestling.us, participate. There's a big pop-up there with information about the discount that's going on right now, a special New Year's. And of course, we do have the network. We still have actually tune in on Wednesday night. I think this is going to drop at 7 p.m. We're scheduling it, processing it as I was starting the show tonight. But the 880 No Ring No Rules show from this past Saturday, I guess it was last year. Where I almost got caught on fire. I definitely cut myself, and I was just holding a camera. So what happened to the guys in the match? So go check that out. So if that doesn't intrigue you, Chest Flexor is in a no ring match.
Yes.
And there's a certain something that a certain somebody that's been on the show for ages has been pitching to Chest Flexor for a while. That happened. No spoilers. So go check that out over at IndyWrestling.us and network. It's going to be free on both the YouTube and the .network under the 880 tab over there on the network too. So, and of course Thursday nights still streaming 880 Wrestling and Gannon Jones Jr.'s All-Star Weekend. It's on a Friday.
Weekend.
Does that count? Is that what we're
It's a
calling
weekend.
it?
It's a weekend. Start the weekend on a Friday.
I feel like we should do 3 shows that weekend. I'm not recommending that, by the way.
Sure.
My bad.
No.
I want to watch Rumble, and I think I have something to do on that Sunday. So,
we got a busy year, Sorgi.
A busy year. We got not busy enough yet. We're working on that. Hey, if you would like some wrestling production, because I'd love to work with wrestling companies that are not around Pittsburgh. I have some open weekends. Just a few open weekends in 20. Only a select few.
Put your graphic out, Sorg.
Put my graphic out. I'm this close to making a
You
graphic.
should freaking
Open for bookings. He was like me holding the camera. I should have. CL got in the picture with the photo guy holding one of my cameras, and I'm just like, fuck, I should have taken a picture.
You gotta.
Damn it.
Look, next year, guys, we should just all have a graphic, fan or not.
It's not too late.
No, it's too late now. It's
Bradley,
Can you
Riz,
imagine Bradley graphic?
Riz is open for bookings.
Mm-hmm. Podcast bookings.
What would you list your skill set as? Camera operator, graphics,
kind of an interviewer. Garden City again.
Dabbled in interviewing.
Again.
On screen internet personality.
Can't talk with my eyes open.
Eyes closed while talking. Those are your big skills. That's your big skill set. We'll get you the bookings. #BookRiz.
Do we have the signings and bookings? Is that what
signings and bookings? For the signings and bookings. Yes. So, anyways, what did I say? So Riz, you shared something. Was that in our chats earlier? With you know who? Yes. So you shared this video with me before. Let me see if I can get it to sort of. Hold on. There we go. So there's this video of RVD.
Yeah. Dutter sent this.
Dutter sent this. Is that Christian Cage that gets thrown into the basketball, the arcade basketball thing, and then RVD dribbles and throws several basketballs at him? I did not know this is part of this game.
Yes.
And I own this game.
Yeah. The barroom brawl of these games.
Yeah.
Have so much like hidden gems in these.
Mm-hmm.
Like in these styles of games that the basketball thing just now.
What gets me is that he shoots 1 and 3 come to the hoop.
No, you just see him shoot the first one. It's a sequence. Yeah. It's a sequence. It's fine.
It's a spot, brother.
It's a spot, brother. Well, that's okay because then I found my copy of Raw versus SmackDown versus Raw 2006 with my copy of Crush Hour, by the way. It's like, oh, where is it? Where's my Crush Hour? That's where it is.
So Crush Hour is probably one of my favorite old-timey. Not old-timey. I'm sorry, Zeke. But the games that aren't like...
You're talking to the guy that grew up on the NES WrestleMania game.
Yeah, but like it's one of those... It was one of the first games that wasn't a wrestling game with wrestlers in it that I totally enjoyed. Mm-hmm. And I want a second one. And to think how... like, and I know we were just talking about SVR 2K6, and I'll get back to doing that in a little bit, but just how much accurate was Crush Hour? It had a WWE network.
It did? That's right. That was the story of it.
Kane was cooking. What else was there? Kane was cooking. There were other like reality shows there. I can't name them off the top of my head. I just know Kane was cooking, like he was cooking the Chef Boyardee in the commercials, but it wasn't Chef Boyardee. It was actually different, and he was burning down the entire set. But honestly, games. But yeah, every time I did a ballroom brawl match in 2K6, I did that. Mm-hmm. It's fun. I still like the newer games here, the GM modes and all that stuff, but something about those old time, the old SVR style games with the voice acting and like with the voice acting,
it got
and
wild.
SVR,
like there's so much stuff that pops up about the odd storylines that happen, right?
Mm-hmm. With SVR, and even we go back even further to one of the SmackDown games where you were able to rotate around the arena, talk to different people, Reverend Devon, and give them a donation for their church, and just going around different places, teaming with Hurricane or fighting Hurricane, beat up by Undertaker. Those are some, like they showed like a weird 2023 recap video of when Sammy turned on the Bloodline, and it was like an anime. It was kind of like the Yakuza game.
Yeah, I remember you sharing that. Yeah.
But it was like if there was a game like that for wrestling, and honestly, if I could say, they were mentioning WWE Mayhem, that game is not good at all. But
by the way, we were just mentioning DJ Z Walking Wild, and apparently he's doing.
You see that?
Apparently he's doing wild shit on NXT tonight.
I just saw
with Carlito.
With Carlito.
There is this like
slingshot.
There is this creator on Twitter that runs like the wrestling club, like it was in the school as a teacher, and he posted that video. I just saw that said, I tagged Ricochet. You have like 24 hours to respond.
I love it. I love it.
I cannot.
Yo, give me Walking Wild versus Ricochet. Let's do it.
Yeah, I want to see that match just because. You know what I mean? That's a. Hey, I have 2K17. I have all the creation suites.
Yes.
Let's run. Let's run everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's run all of it.
Man, AEW needs to update their roster. I was really sad because I was trying to update the champions in there, and it's like I got no Samoa Joe.
I kind of, not to be mean to nobody,
no Tony Storm.
I forgot that game even. But my thing is, I don't really play video games anymore.
What do you do anymore?
Wrestle. I go to work.
But you're not for the next month.
I work. I sleep.
What's good?
I train.
Well, that's why you're looking for podcasts to do, right?
Yes, I love doing podcasts. I
I'm
don't
glad
do a
we
lot of
filled this in.
podcasts anymore.
Everybody this is your demo reel. You need to take points of this and make a podcast demo reel.
Yes.
And we're like, listen.
Give me the after this, like send me the logistics.
Listen,
of the show.
you need to make one of those booking graphics.
No, I don't.
For podcasts.
No.
But it's you holding a microphone. Here, you see this giant mic? Hold on a second. I got something for you.
Oh God.
Hold on. We're gonna give you a picture, and you're gonna hold this thing.
What is happening?
I'm open for podcasts. There you go. Looks like an award or something.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Hold on.
There you go. There you go. Everybody screen cap that. Send it to your other favorite wrestling podcast or non-wrestling podcast.
Into that micro.
Yes.
Send like your.
I can't.
Microphone.
I don't want to do that.
We're gonna get a picture with that afterwards. That's gonna be the cover art.
Just like I want to thank all my friends and for cutting the shortest promo of the year.
Where that came? Well, I know where that came from. My sister found that, but I don't know why it exists.
I wish it.
It's not a microphone. It's just a. Yeah, it looks like you should put something in it, right?
Yeah, I was like, I wish it opened.
It's like just an oversized fenced microphone something
it has
or
like
other.
a button as if.
Yeah, as if it's a button for a microphone. You love that?
It's just built into the.
Sure.
But I thank all my friends and my family for the reward.
Thank you to all the podcast listeners. Thank you to the live chat room.
Do not cut promos ever.
Thank you, Tina from Seattle.
Yes, as I've been known to kick people in the face, this is my reward for going a couple of days of not kicking people in the face. Happy New Year.
Good job. Happy New Year.
That's ironically, that's been my thing all year. I've been kicking people in the face.
You have been kicking people in the face.
A lot of people in the face.
You've been part of the club
and elbowing.
Have you been part of the club that is repeatedly kicking Tatiana in the face this year? My God.
I gave Tatiana the meanest right hand from the devil himself.
What? Everybody is just.
But do you understand what happened, though?
No.
You were there for this.
I was probably there for that.
I ran Nick Wild's pockets.
Yep.
Popped up.
I remember that.
That's right.
I ran Nick Wild's pockets. Flowers popped up, and then Flower decided to swing a what's it called, kendo stick at me. And then, for my look back, I hear with the razzle dazzle, and she died. I knocked all the song
so
rings out of
many
her.
gifts this year of Tatiana just eating shit. I don't
Gotta give it to her. She gets back up every time.
It does. She does, and God bless her. And I don't know why. It just fucking pops me every time it happens. I don't know if you just hear me just screaming from production. I'm like, oh, there it goes again.
I feel like that happens every time I wrestle a match at 880. Everyone just crowds around the monitor.
I'm like, is it the punch? Is it the sell? Is like either way.
Everything.
Is it just the perfect like?
I gave Angelo the best backhand of all backhands.
Is it just more weight because it is intergender? I don't know, but
I don't know.
Either way, it's just like it's fucking like.
You know what? I like to make people mad about this because I'm non-binary, right?
Yeah.
So I tell people technically since I've been out, I have nothing but intergender matches.
There you go. There you go.
Get bent. I've been doing intergender since 2020.
There you go.
No genders needed. Zeke Mercer. Thanks, Luke.
That's a T-shirt.
That is a
T-shirt, right
but
there.
like I think that's kind of fun. It's like, oh yeah, I've been like doing all this shit for like years.
Yeah, sure.
But I need like more cool. It means I should have more cool opponents, right?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Just random shit should be happening. I should just be fighting random. Like okay, like remember that one Thursday? It was just supposed to be me and MV, and then
it ended up being a 4-way.
And then Derek Direction.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
That was like the worst Thursday of my life.
Listen, if you're like, why did this show become 9 matches all of a sudden? Because none of us knew it was going to become 9 matches.
Look, all I'm saying
people just show up.
All I'm saying is it tells a story when there's MV Young, Derek Direction, and Bro Heeman, and there's Zeke Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was holding my own. I'll give you that. I was holding my own.
Honestly, like I was there. Like I was. Was I?
Were you filming that week?
Time?
I don't know. It all blends together.
But like it was like just you were like you said, you were holding your own.
You were physically the smallest one in that match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I'm always seeming to be in that position.
Well, it kind of runs.
Did you see what I love this, by the way. I love shout out to Outsports when they put my ranking they put like I bring a lot of petulance and aggression.
Petulance.
And I was like.
Petulance.
Is that a nice way to say something? I think that is.
I
think they're trying to say like this kid's ignorant and aggressive.
I think that is.
And I just like. I think that I love it.
Nice,
and like I kind of want to have that like either tattooed or like make a shirt like petulance.
That's
and aggression.
That's like because you look at me in upstairs before you go, and you're like, Sorg, I'm gonna be ignorant tonight. I'm just like, what do you mean, man?
Keep the camera
like
on me.
you're gonna get me canceled for broadcasting this ignorant, or I don't know.
I don't know, but it was funny because you know what else is ignorant? The fact that Toddy gave me like this little banner that says like queer coded villains, and I put
queer what?
Queer coded villains.
Queer coded villains.
Right.
Okay.
I put that like I wore it like a towel, like how NFL players wear towels like on their gear, so like tuck it into the waistband. I did it for that show for Angelo.
Okay.
I completely forgot.
But wait, how fun was Angelo though?
It was so fun.
Oh my, best freaking Angelo. Was that the fan making the noise?
Yes.
I heard this click, and I'm just like,
fan.
wait, is that his music?
Look, Angelo's voguing. You have to know what's going on.
It's Angelo. What's the last name?
Carter.
Carter, Angelo Carter.
Yeah.
They did 2 matches here. The 22nd and 21st, 22nd here with 880 right before Christmas. Just full on entrance, the fan thing.
They loved it. They hate it.
They
hate it when I like elbowed the crap out of his head when he's trying to go through the ropes. Oh my god, you can't dive on me when I'm paying attention. But no, that was a good match. But like I don't know. But speaking of like people taking like crazy hits, I gave Angelo the nastiest backhand.
You can see Unholy
I was
Holiday.
like, damn. I look back at the match. I was like,
Brandon St. James Unholy Holiday. That's where you had the match, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't on the day before. Okay. Yeah, go check that out. That's one.
That match, man. I look at that speech like, damn. I really just. It made it seem like I hated Angelo.
You know who I am becoming a big fan of.
Who?
And I've seen them before and everything, but because we've had them several times over the last couple of months, and I didn't realize that Sazzy, I think I'm saying it right, Sazzy Boatwright, Sassy?
Sassy.
Sassy.
My favorite.
Is announced as coming from fucking your mom or
Yes,
something
dude.
like that.
Yes, dude. So funny. You have no idea how funny it is to watch people who do not know Sassy come out to that song and it's like start like I fuck your mom like the brain like the mental scramble
And not that this
people
is
have to
like-
do, and then Sassy comes and was like, yeah, she could do that to me.
and then she does something where she bends over her opponent, and it's always like we always get the right angle of it.
Yeah,
She knows, baby.
Yep. Anyways, all right.
I
this
love
is
wrestling.
fun.
I love wrestling, man. Wrestling
this.
never changed. Professional
Speaking
wrestling.
of wrestling, we are going to take a short break here because, and we're going to talk about AEW here in a moment. Maybe we'll talk about Wrestle Kingdom that's coming up here in the next 48 hours. But I think we should. I love you're holding this. You're still holding this microphone. I just sent a picture of this to my sister. That right there. That's the screenshot.
That's like my,
I'm seriously taking a picture.
That's like my
with it.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. We need to take a picture during this break. Anyways,
this is my Keenan and Kel moment right
Keenan and Kel moment.
Who loves those? Sorry.
Go
ahead. Can you do your outro?
Welcome to Good Burger.
Home
It's
of
more of
the
a
Good Burger.
transition. Did you see Good Burger 2 yet?
Not yet.
I'm afraid to.
I'm afraid to.
I'm
as well.
afraid. I'm really afraid to.
It's my childhood.
It's my adolescence, but still. Anyways, we'll be right back, and we're gonna have to take a special look at the hardcore. Do we call it a death match with Pondo and Shadow and
It's an event that
Cowpoke?
It's an event that
it was a
happened.
happening.
It was
a
an
happening.
event.
Not for the faint of heart. Don't worry. We took care of it here for this. We'll be right back after
Not
that.
We are about to embark on a
are back. It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Zeke Mercer is here.
Back, baby.
Bringing in the new year with us.
Well, gotta be in camera.
New year, new Zeke. There you go. He still got the microphone. They still got the microphone. And the Riz is here.
I am also here.
And I wanted to go grab something because I knew it was in the back, and I just wanted to make Zeke feel even more at home here because I found my copy of SmackDown versus Raw 2008 featuring ECW. Featuring ECW.
In this game, you can buy the Sandman.
What?
You can buy the Sandman.
You can buy the Sandman on here.
GM mode, baby.
GM mode.
And
yeah. Oh, 8 unique superstar fighting styles. 24/7 mode. A unique in ECW invades. There you go. Wow, there's a flaming table on the back of this. I'm sure that lived up. So this is the game that introduced you to pro wrestling.
Yes. There's a glitch in that game. There's a glitch in a ladder match where if you knock someone off the ladder and outside the ring and you hit both triggers, the screen will flash white, and that person that just took that bump, the game model won't move. So that guy's stuck on the ground. You can go get a ladder and win the match.
Wish I knew that.
Right?
Let's see. I just grabbed everything that was back there just for funsies to see what I had back there.
Love that game.
I have 12.
Dude, I played that shit on the Wii. Best
Man,
universal
on the
mode,
Wii.
bro. Best universal mode ever. I honestly, that was like the best universal mode.
I
ever.
remember just the online. I was so pissed because the online was so shit in this trying to download stuff.
Dude, the measurement of a good video game, if it can stand by itself without online. If the internet goes out, is it good to still play? That's how I know it's a good video game.
There you go.
You know what
And
I
I've
mean?
heard you can still play WWE 12 online.
You can,
really?
I think.
You can, like, if you if you do it specifically, like you can bypass certain things to open up the online play.
My favorite thing about WWE12 was that year, one of the created main characters for the story mode was called Jacob Cass. And there was like this huge theory that Jacob Cass is supposed to represent Austin Aries, and Austin Aries is supposed to debut in the following year as Jacob Cass. And I was like, there's like this whole theory. I was like, that is the silliest fucking thing.
I also have a copy. I bought this later.
Oh,
but
hell yeah.
Legends of WrestleMania.
Dude, that game that is literally should be just a, what's it called? Just a party game. Like that should be just thrown on the X. Like,
but so the other game that I'm a fan of, I have it actually underneath the 2006 game I showed you on the picture is a copy of WWE All Stars. For the Wii.
Holy shit.
That I picked up a few years ago. Yes. That's the one where it's like half legends, half current superstars at the time.
All juiced.
All jacked. Juiced. Yes.
Juiced.
I love it.
You know what's funny? Speaking of bringing up 880, you know, one time I came to 880 for practice. You know, we had set up the PlayStation 2. I think we had like Madden.
Oh yeah, we had Madden.
And I was just like, so this is what we do now. We just run the I formation.
Yes.
At practice.
Yes.
And Envy was like, yeah. I was like,
I love. We go back to hard cam, and you saw somebody sitting there playing backyard wrestling while an actual match was going on.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And then, of course, 2 weeks later, we filmed Matt Cross in a match in the Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
the whole weekend of it.
880 is so meta.
I love it. I love the shit. I love the shit. And then just for fun, here's the Impact Wrestling game. Featuring this looks like an AEW game for the most part here. Samoa Joe and Sting are on the cover with Kurt Angle.
Because they had the same producers.
Oh look, there's
THQ.
There's Christian Cage. This is a Midway game.
Is that a Midway
This
game?
is Midway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see who's the developer. Not this. I don't know.
Not Ukes or nothing.
Doesn't look like
I think it was
Ukes. This is Midway. I don't see a developer.
Wow.
I don't see a developer on this one.
That's crazy.
I know, like that had a weird story.
I don't remember the game.
I played the mobile one.
They had those weird. There was actually one for a DLC for, Curry Man, where I think it might have been that one, where he saved the world from aliens.
These are all Ukes. And Ukes did AEW now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like this is
Sorg, you'll love this too. Because of SVR 08 is how I found 2 of my favorite bands. 3, now 2.
I keep hearing about this, about people who discovered music through these games.
Dude, there's within my section of the black community, there's so many people who discover like other types of music because of those games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, like I love Chevelle because I've heard Chevelle to 08,
Mm-hmm.
but I love Seven Dust because I also heard them to that game, which is funny because now Stay X and Seven Dust are on tour and I'm going.
Yo, I want to go too.
I'm off that day.
I'm going to.
I'm off that day.
If I don't get
federal holiday.
if I federal holiday. If I don't get booked, I'm fucking there. Okay,
Dude,
because I've never
there.
seen a concert at Stage AE.
Dude,
I've seen wrestling and tech.
You know what's funny?
Events.
I have been to a lot of concerts at Stage AE now. I can say that.
It's
now.
just right fucking there. Like,
Dude,
why not?
I
Why
know.
not?
I know, right?
Why not?
Kajor was
anyways,
awesome.
I was gonna try to talk about AEW.
Yeah, let's talk about AEW.
Did you guys see the scrum, or at least clips from the scrum?
No.
Where
I saw the Afro hat. Is that a hat?
That is a hat. That
was a
okay.
wig.
That was Toni Storm's hat. She came in the full hat and the jacket, like the fuzzy jacket thing.
She put it on him.
And she's like, well, she's great because she goes, all right, you when you ask a question, you also have to tell me what your New Year's resolution is.
Damn.
She
put y'all on the spot.
and she said that
whoa.
after the first person was called too, right?
Oh,
And
shit.
She's like,
On the spot.
And then she's like, wouldn't everybody love to see Tony wear this hat? And then like they took a couple questions. Wouldn't you love if he wore the glasses too? And I love that's the first time while he's wearing the hat and glasses is the first time somebody asked about Chris Jericho.
Damn. Y'all are evil. Who y'all see this?
So at least
beautiful
he's got
work.
the glasses on, so you don't see the bug eyes happen. The like, who do I gotta fuck up eyes? You know.
That's crazy. At that point, you think AEW started like controlled media?
I don't know what's.
They always
I don't
just
know.
let.
Well,
they
you
always
see. Listen, I think we did it on Patreon, but Matt Carlins did a big breakdown because Matt Carlins got to attend. He got the access to the media scrum for Double or Nothing this year in Las Vegas, and he tore apart. He basically tore apart the journalists in that room. Because he's like, I'm not going to ask a question from somebody from MJF who's just going to make fun of me. Like I'm going to be media here, right? And that's what I feel like. Like there was a lot of people playing. It was a fun thing, and it was kind of fun to kind of play along with it, right? But it was like they were asking about Jericho and safety at work a lot during that scrum, like several times.
The thing is that like what people don't recognize in 2024, at least now or ever, is that like it's not. It doesn't matter if you're a name or what you did. People are always trying to check you.
Sure.
Like,
I mean, that's fame. That's fame in general, man, you know?
And now that like Twitter exists,
it's
and
worse.
Facebook and Instagram, like not only can we check you in real time, but we can like some of our phones are so powerful that we can have like your live stream going, you know, and like Google. Just ready to go. Like as soon as you say some bullshit, like if Hogan said like I was at Wembley, just got to type man Hogan was at Wembley. Dude, there's a whole. Did you see that video?
He said he was at Wembley.
Dude, there's a whole story.
What
behind
the fuck?
Yeah.
Make a wish and everything, bro. Craziness.
Okay.
Either way, but yeah, if someone says some fuck shit like that, you like we literally can like just check you right there and then.
Yeah.
And like I don't know anything about really the rumors too much because they're rumors. Like they're on the internet. I don't know where it came from. Who knows? But at the same time, the fact that like you know you probably think Jericho's like, oh yeah, they're just saying some shit on the internet. They're asking this about you on the pay-per-view. Like as soon as you're done, you come sit down. You think, yeah, bro, what's this about? I could not imagine the stress. Like I'm not pertaining to.
And I think you see it like you know, and I'm not you know I'm not here to rag on Tony Khan. But I think Tony Khan is.
How do you prepare for that?
I don't think he's a person who's had the media training. Right, because I not knowing, but I feel that his jobs have been very behind the scenes and not really in that position.
Probably fun, yeah.
So
wrestling is probably like his first endeavor. In front of the
and being the boss, you know, maybe he's not saying or maybe nobody is telling him maybe you need to have media training or something.
Probably no one's probably told like you need to like get a poker face because probably every time he's dealt with a situation, he probably just showed it like bugged out and then fixed it. Like he never had to like sit there and be like, oh, I gotta like play it off like I'm cool. Like if he's
also, could you imagine if Vince McMahon sat after every pay-per-view for 2 hours in front of the press,
dude, he'll be drinking too.
first of right?
Yeah,
right?
he'd be like after that.
So like that is a control thing. You know what I mean? Like that is you never would have had that, and there's a reason for that, right? And that's where they're trying like, hey, let's make this accessible for everybody. Let's see this. You know, this makes news.
But I think at this point, especially after everything that has happened on the media scrum the past 3.5 years, maybe we should create a roster of media trained people who we can always like cycle.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think the most media trimmed ready should have been the fucking WWE guy that went off on everybody.
Hey,
I mean,
I'm saying,
I figured he shouldn't have been the problem. You know, I mean, and then you saw they bring him up with everything going on now until we figure out what's going on. But like Chris Jericho came out and just fucking like kept everything level. Yeah. Chris Jericho probably most likely witnessed some fucked up shit not 20 minutes ago in the back. And said, hey guys, we're here and we're just doing some wrestling. And like he was the absolute professional they needed at that time. Okay, maybe it's not the hero you wanted, but it's the hero you needed,
that's
Tony,
the one you got
to settle this the fuck down, right? Because you just get put through the ringer and you don't even know what happened in the back. So, and
I don't know, like I think every wrestler at some point should have some media training. Like there has to be like,
oh my god,
some type of
you need
talk.
something. There needs to be a social media thing. There needs to be, because some people doing some stupid shit on social media,
dude. Like
at every level.
All the people.
Matt Hardy, we ragged so bad on Matt Hardy back in the day.
What were you doing?
Oh, he was doing wild shit on Twitter that he shouldn't have.
Didn't he tase somebody?
Did he tase somebody? What?
Shit.
I don't know. He was going off. He was just doing all of the classic don't do this on Twitter stuff, right? Just going off of like hot taking all over the place, and we're just like, dude, you're gonna get,
But also at the same time, it's just like no one has had that training. Like I think wrestling's in a new
WWE has. They go through that training.
They go to that training because now, like, it's like for them, it's like it could be like millions of dollars at stake.
They are the ones that said they are the I heard this and it was the smartest damn thing. Just like the thing I always hear from business things I listen to, that every company needs to be a media company, and it boils down to WWE saying every wrestler is a brand.
It is.
Right? So you have a Twitter page, Facebook page, whatever that is. They encourage everybody to do that. You are your brand. You, Zeke Mercer, on whatever Twitter, Blue Sky, Masta thing out there is, you are your brand.
Yeah.
Right? I am my brand, the Sorgatron brand, whatever that is. Even if that is just me sharing and doing whatever, right? That is how I am perceived. That is my media, right? And I am my media company, and I take that a little more to heart probably than others, but still, like, that's it.
Yeah.
Everybody is. MV Young's his own media company. Reese Hayes is his own media company. He gets it because he's a video guy. Yeah. But like that's it. Every single one of you is a media company.
Yeah.
And needs to know that, and if you're not aware of that, somebody needs to fucking tell you.
Dude, I think
that's not this podcast.
Speaking of a media company, I think it's the most funniest thing when I make like a post, any type of post. I remember I got a complaint that someone's like, I see your post everywhere. I check Facebook, it's there. I go to Instagram.
You're cross-posting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people were like, why do you do that? I was like, because you'll see my post no matter where you go. That's the whole reason.
I've had friends say, I needed to start muting you because there was too many posts. And I said, everyone's like, because you're posting too much. So like, no, you're seeing it too much.
Yeah.
That's
like, everyone's like, why do you post this? Like, guys, you're following my wrestling account?
Yeah.
Wait, you think I'm posting My Little Pony?
I'm not posting for you. I'm posting for everybody else who hasn't seen it yet.
A lot of people on my Facebook are not even my friends. Like only a small fraction of people on Facebook are friends.
Roll back. I want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff from the scrum, other than the fact of the scrum. Continental Classic,
yes,
was fantastic. There was concerns. It was very complicated. People looked at that graphic with all the dots, and it's confusing. They would show it quickly, and you're like, "What the fuck does this mean?" And then they tell you the matches that were coming up. Okay, sure. I think they did a tremendous job of explaining it to people over the course of however many weeks that was. The stories they got to tell, I think, were fantastic. I think the Eddie coming from behind, the Mark Briscoe talking about how it's his rookie year as a singles wrestler, basically.
Damn.
It was like, that was great. He talked about that after the ROH show at the Scrum. And that was fantastic. I was like, that's great. That's great. Because you're like, oh, they're just burying the shit. It's like, no, I'm just a rookie guy. I'm building myself up. And then he has like a great match with Jay Lethal. He's like, hey, we're both at 0-0. Let's just fucking tear it up like the good old days, right?
It'd be a crazy,
great.
It'd be a crazy, double blind, type of tournament. If you just announce to people who are in a tournament, have 12 people, six, whatever, and then you just all right, next couple of weeks, you're battling for points, such and such, or these points depends on whatever. Mm-hmm. And then after that 6 month, that whatever, they run this course of everyone going once, you show the score, then you put the placement. It's like, all right, these people are in the finals, these people in the wild card, these people fucking gone. Continue. 5 more weeks and that pay-per-view. You can end it with a fair four-way or singles match.
That's actually
okay.
Double,
all right.
Just make it of course at that point, because I think it covers you because one is double blind, two.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Khan doesn't really have to plan in advance. He just needs to have at least one person being strong. You need to have one person no matter what. Is you need to have this person go over.
I'm curious about that because when you're booking something like this, I think you can paper it out. Mm-hmm. I think you paper it out. You whiteboard it and say this, and this. But I think there's a lot of I think you just know. Okay, I just need these people to end up here.
Yeah.
Right.
You need a general idea.
And then you can do, and then it's we can do this story here and we can do this story here. It's a multi-pronged approch. But and I think it was executed very, very well.
And people like to complain, they're like, it's so long. I'm like, dude, y'all complain when they was doing sports entertainment. Mm-hmm. Y'all complain when they're doing sports space. Y'all just never gonna be happy.
Riz, I know you're trying to talk about it, but I want to get this one statement. And this is the thing that kind of caught me, and I agreed with. Because Tony Khan's talking about supposedly they did some of the best ratings for that time of the year of a wrestling program or something like that, right? And regularly top 10s or whatever that is, and they said this was a big bet on sports based programming. Mm-hmm. Very, very a tournament. The stories within. And honestly, when you talk about sports-based programming, well, there's no story there. It was well, if you never watched the football game or UFC and see all the video packages of the stories happening, dude, I've literally got to produce a show with Joe Dabrowski doing MMA here in Pittsburgh, where he's telling the story of the fighters just like I hear him doing pro wrestlers.
It's the same
Riz, I'm sorry, I'm stepping on you.
I'm trying to regain my thoughts. If he wants to do something like that, he had a good AEW had a good setup. They had the ranking system. Mm-hmm. When they first started, they had that list.
That was the first attempt at this, right?
Yeah, that was the first. That was pretty much the first. That was their
for better or worse.
Season. For better or worse, that was their regular season.
Mm-hmm.
And for Zeke's point, that could be their that could be that round robin situation, where it's and then the top seed gets the bye, and then the rest get their matches maybe top 8, so it's 1 gets the bye, 2 versus 8, and go off by that way, and then it's kind of like what the Super Bowl is. The Super Bowl tour,
that's literally why I based off of the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
because I think it's interesting. For a wild card, we love when when there's our wild card, we have a fucking chance, and people get fucking I don't know if anyone fucking notices about Pittsburgh, but when Pittsburgh goes into a wild card game, we get vicious. The whole week is tense. Everyone's just ready to go. Could you imagine if a fan hated character is in a wild card match along with the babyface Ricky Starks. Just he's fighting through everything, and it's this is Ricky's last fucking chance. But the guy who's facing is a known cheater.
That's a story.
Clever cheater. That is the story. And you could throw that on the day, the Friday, actually probably the Wednesday before pay per view. Mm-hmm. You try to get on pay per view.
Tina says Seahawks, same energy.
Right. So that shit, that pressure moment could only be genuine felt with time.
I just made a note here. I just had a grand idea for indie wrestling, and I'm going to talk about it on Patreon. I want to pitch you guys something.
All right.
And maybe send it to some promoters. Anyways, so I don't know anything else. Oh God, they had a pay-per-view Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh geez.
Yeah, that's why this
We were talking about this. I think before show, you and I were talking about like injuries and things like that. And it was a weird pay-per-view, and people were like, "This is really slapped together as worst pay-per-view." It was like, yeah, well, there's some fucking injuries, so fucking get over it. So there's a lot of booking around a lot of real life things that are happening with a lot of people. So that definitely, but I think the stories they got to tell, people are like, oh, Dustin Rhodes shouldn't have been in there that long, and everything. It's like, no, they fucking told a story, and they had to replace that time on the show with Dustin, and they did a story that continues to show Swerve as this just diabolical evil fucker, basically, and
villain.
a fucking villain who's getting cheered, and will continue to be, and
wrestling fans love debauchery,
and you do have a lot of crazy shit at the end, and he had the big reveal, right? Yeah,
dude, it's wrestling.
Yeah, fucking wrestling, guys.
And I bet you guys literally popped up on Wednesday, or like sat next to your phone on Twitter watching NXT or whatever, just like, I wonder what they're gonna do. Like, that's all TK wants you to do. Like, he just wants you to be engaged. Like, I think it's crazy that people will sit here and just be like, oh, this ending was terrible. I could have booked something better. It's like, but you can't, because you're sitting on a computer on a forum that has no pictures of yourself, but your opinion. If you actually have a mind for wrestling, I'm sorry to tell you, you would have had a job. Like, I hate to be that MB, but I will be, because I don't care. If you actually had a mind for wrestling, you would have had a job for it. Like, job in it. For sure. There's not, like, as much you can complain that some people are in positions that they should not be, there's a lot of people in positions where they earned.
Absolutely.
And, like, if you think you can book something better, go ahead. Go ahead.
There are a number of people. People keep telling me about a podcast that turned into a promotion, right? Things like that. Like, there's gateways.
Dude,
there's ways to do that if you really want to.
Dude, I love that. Something about that, like, loved.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, look at this
work culture.
Look at what's happened with us.
Dude, you know the crazy thing? Like, speaking of, like, shit just turned into a promotion, like, my favorite thing was, like, What Culture, because I was like, well, let's see.
What's the story of What Culture for those that don't know?
What Culture, it was a wrestling media site. So they did all the news, they did all the clickbaity stuff. They had a YouTube channel. So basically, the gimmick was that the articles that you will see, like, on their website, you can, like, watch the video of it. So if Simon Miller wrote an article, most likely he will do the video as well, just because, it's easier, and he just got to transfer the script into, like, text teleprompter.
A proper multimedia approach.
Yes.
Yeah.
So eventually they got so much like eyes that they just like, fuck it, why don't, because like Blampier was around, all these like characters, they was like, why don't we just actually like run a wrestling promotion in England? And they freaking did. And that was WCPW. that was my favorite shit, which turned to Defiant Wrestling. But it was my favorite shit because they did something that I thought would be cool in Pittsburgh to do, but they kind of expanded. They did the whole like the world tournament. So like not just like, oh, we have a couple of people who are from America, a couple people who are from like Goslar, we can like represent. No. They just said, fuck that. We're gonna have a day of British wrestlers. You fight for your position on the tournament, and then like Mexico, and then U.S. and then like they were having whole events just dedicated to those countries' superstars, and then from that tournament came the big world tournament, and they just like fought. That's how you got Ricochet versus Rey Mysterio, like Drew Galloway versus Ricochet happened. Keith, like there were so many people who are on WCPW who are now like in the bigger, better things. And I just remember watching like a 16, 17 years old watching like all this shit happen.
You know what's wild? I knew nothing about this.
Yeah,
I just know about their videos popping up and people referencing
dude,
them a lot. Yeah.
And it was crazy. It's more of they have a controversial history as well. But like the idea of that we were just a wrestling media site that turned into a wrestling promotion that had people like Kurt Angle did a show, Cody Rhodes did a show, the Elite did a show, like was on a show from like Sorg. You don't understand. This company ran deep. Like the roster was ridiculous. And then, what's it called? Yeah, Defiant Wrestling. That's WCPW.
Yeah.
That stuff is it said 4 years ago. My God, dude. My God. This stuff was
This is just some of the top videos.
This stuff was.
Is that Kylie Ray?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
This stuff was awesome. It was unique. It was different. But, goddamn, the summer of 16, 17, 18, WCP fucking W.
Actually, I think
they
that's
were like
somebody
the
else,
OGs. You needed wrestling content that was like indies, but like better quality. WCPW.
The majority of these guys now run Cultaholic.
Yep.
Interesting. Interesting.
But like what I love about like Deadlock Pro, like someone's gonna call me a mark, whatever. But I don't care. I love wrestling. This is the coolest thing I've ever saw. I used to grow up watching a YouTuber called Chris Dink. Right? He used to do like the whole WWE like universe mode thing. And he always called his character Chris Danger. Cool, whatever. This is my character. He's friends with other wrestlers like Xavier Woods and Adam Cole. He's now a professional wrestler in South Carolina. That's what DPW is. And he debuted there. Dude, if I could ever get to like have a cool match with Chris Danger, I can retire. Like
his first match was supposed to be against Adam Cole.
I know, bro.
Like,
I know, bro. I know. I'm watching my childhood be fulfilled from like meeting people from Grim Torrent Shore to like now, like, dude, please, I just want cool shit to keep happening. I want cool shit to keep happening.
I'm not saying one thing of AEW about the stats and their stuff. I love, and I was like, why is everybody 0? It's like we just flipped to a new year. But I love that we still do the stats on their roster page. So I mean, right now you have a career in 2024 overall, which is nothing for anybody basically. But yeah, so and I love there is that because that does give a little sport. It gives a little bit of weight to it. I know we probably don't look at the graphics as much as we used to, but still,
Scroll down.
like, what's that?
I love that -1 is right next to his dad.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Did you guys see Badu this week?
No.
Being the Dark Order, which took the place of being the Elite.
I'll be honest with you, man. I haven't watched.
Listen. Watch the watch the first couple minutes. -1 returns.
Yes.
But so does -1's mother.
Oh, interesting.
And just choose them out. It is so great.
Perfect.
It is
Continue
the
to
spirit
transition.
of Brody Lee. It is wonderful.
I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched Being the Elite since they did the episode where like they all did the whole reveal of All In 1. Because I feel like that was like the true end to the show. And then I was like, what? Like, no, that's my supernatural song on Swan Song. Okay. After that, like, there is no more Being the Elite. To me, it's AEW.
I think I basically started afterwards. So I love the behind the scenes stuff that they do there. So there's some great stuff with
watching that should be literally like a documentary.
There's some great stuff like Dalton Castle and the boys complaining because they're not on the show.
Dude,
but they're
the Flip Gordon arc.
Oh,
the Flip Gordon arc.
Yes.
I look. I get he has like heat now.
Yeah.
I get that he was
still,
canceled.
that was.
But can we like?
It was like a.
In context here, guys. In context, internet. In context. In that time, Flip Gordon was like, I don't think he was like on TV a lot, like Ring of Honor.
Yeah, it was like book Flip Gordon or something, right?
And then like that whole thing with him and Cody, that shit was money. And then or Cody's possession, like the whole like that like. I wish I could go back to that era of wrestling.
It was fun. It was fun. Like it was Like the video shows now they're just all blogs, but they're actually making
in the Hot Topic,
content.
bro. When they got in the Hot Topic,
yep, I remember
bro,
that.
the world fucking just melt. I still think back to that, and just like I remember how excited I got.
There's a good point. This is going to be the last point, and we'll have to move on here. But
sorry, Bubba.
No, that's fine. This is what happens when you come on the show. And we're an hour and a half in, and I want to talk about one more thing before we even do this other thing. So, anyways. There was a point in here I wanted to say out loud. Tina, well, here was just a side note. Tina saying women's matches were great. Edge and Christian might MOTN. What was MOTN? Match of the night alongside the C2 finals. Yes. Seahawks here. Dave Potter. For a company that started by indie guys who did their own promotion, AEW has some media issues. Yes, because I think when the whole point of AEW was to be the WWE company. And it was like Tony Khan talked about being a challenger brand. And I had to look this up. That's you are the, not the market leader, and it's going to be difficult to beat the market leader, right?
But you're pushing.
Kind of thing. But you're pushing. But you're pushing.
Yeah.
And you're carving out your thing. And that's what they're at. Now, they started as we're not going to do all the WWE stuff, but there is going to be a reconcile point, and maybe this is where they're reaching, is, hey, at a certain point, we do need to act like some other wrestling companies because we keep tripping over this, and this.
We are too different.
And just like logistically, and maybe that's what's happening with all these firings and hirings right now of the office right now, right? It's a lot of people that have been there, but also 5-year contracts for a lot of guys, right? Probably. So there's probably just generally some turnover, and okay, we need to put some people in place and whatever. So who knows? We don't know. We're not in those conversations, but it'd be interesting to see what those are. But so that's that point. All right, want to give a shout out to our friends feeding our guests here and our guest kids that come in here over on Awesome Cast.
They're not referring to me.
Slice on Broadway. No, not. You're not the kid tonight. You're not the youngest one in the studio tonight. New York City Stallions are made our friends of 4 or 5, 6. I don't know how many locations across the great city and beyond of Pittsburgh. Check out our friends at Slice on Broadway. SliceOnBroadway.com. I got the hiccups. Wow.
Dude, I got the hiccups for the last 6 weeks.
Guys, did you know it's impossible to tickle yourself?
Yep.
Yeah.
I learned that the other day.
Because you're
the one applying.
You see it coming.
Yes.
You also
You know it's coming.
You also can't really scare yourself. Not directly. If you can you probably can knock something over and scare yourself that way, but you can't make yourself
not know there's a mirror there, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Maybe you knock something over. Yeah, I can say no, it stars you, but you can't scare yourself directly.
Anyways, what did we learn from wrestling this week?
Who's starting?
I can start because WWE Shop made the most pettiest yet amazing choice yesterday with their Jey Uso Yeet shirt. They just had him come out with this Yeet shirt that is blurred.
Yeah.
And they're almost sold out, by the way.
Yeah. There's a 3X, there's a 4X, and there's a 5X.
That's how you
Why is it blurred?
Because it's how you avoid the copyright.
Yeah. Because they don't want copyrights whenever this.
You can't
is
say
over.
it clearly says yeet.
Yeah.
That's the argument. I can already see it.
But they are. But is this from the week where they weren't allowed to? Is it a reference or is
this was just released this week?
Yeah.
But is it also a reference to that week where they couldn't? Because they have plenty of Yeet shirts on here.
Yeet shirts on here.
They have
yeah.
plenty.
So I think it is just a reference to
what happened. Yeah.
What happened? Yeah.
So you can just look like you're in a rap video everywhere you wear this.
Trick the cameras.
Trick the people walking down the street and see and be like,
put the Juggalo face paint on and then put the shirt on and then boom. Can't recognize you facial. Did you know that? Juggalo paint is facial recognition proof. It will not work.
Yep.
Which means, maybe they probably earned that spot on the list.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait
a minute.
I'm fucking with you. Every Juggalo I ever met was actually nice people. I don't know why everyone gets so crazy about Juggalos. Nice people. Nice people. Good people. But I don't know. It's interesting to me that you could put that shit on.
You'd be surprised who's a Juggalo.
No, I know the people who are Juggalos. That's what makes it even better.
Absolutely.
Oh, I was there when you found another one.
Yeah.
I was there.
I was there, sitting in the bar. I don't know if I said this on here. Sitting in the bar after an 880 show, and all of a sudden, Homies comes on the radio, and I'm just looking around like, who did this? What? Who did this? And then Brandon St. James goes by just rocking out the Homies. I'm like, dude.
And I'm like,
he's like,
yeah.
Dude. I'm like, dude.
And I'm like, there you go, Sorg. Welcome to the family.
That's right. That's right. Tina Keys learned that Wendy Richter is money. This is from the Scrum. They asked Toni Storm who she would like to face in the future. Wendy Richter was the answer.
Is that a real worker?
All right.
I have no
All
idea.
right, Zeke. All right, Zeke.
My.
I don't know who that is.
Go back and watch WrestleMania 1.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't think I have that tape.
Let me me tell you about Wendy Richter, the Fabulous Moolah, and Velvet McIntyre.
Well, I know.
And the
Moolah.
Jumping Bomb Angels.
Oh,
And
that's the name.
let me tell you about 80s women's wrestling in the WWF.
That's crazy.
Shit. Why was the women's tag match on Most Unusual Matches tape? Anyways,
What did you learn from wrestling
what did I learn from wrestling?
this week? Not last week. This week.
Could be last week since we were on.
I learned to watch a lot of wrestling when my wife isn't around.
Fair enough.
Because I watched a lot of wrestling this past week. Because I just
enough.
like, oh, hey, what's happening in wrestling universe? Hey, what's happening over here? Hey, what's it? Yeah, no, I just kind of and there was no, like, WWE was best of shows. So I'm just like, well, fuck this. And I just went to town on just all the alternative stuff that I was watching. AEW. I got to watch their show on Friday.
Talk about AEW
Yo,
in that
talk
cool ass
about-
venue.
Talk
In
about
that cool ass venue.
So I got to work the other room in that venue, the one with the big red carpet. Circle 6 was doing the show there. So Exodus has done it. I think AIW's done the other room too. That's the same room that they did the NWA pay-per-view in October.
Cool.
The one that AIW just did. And let's talk about Mikey.
Mike Montgomery's the OG.
Mikey Montgomery
is the OG.
with Vikingo.
on,
Gringo Loco, who he had a great match with Gringo at Taco Mania here in Pittsburgh in the street, and I did not know that Trey Lamar was being replaced by Matt freaking Cross.
That's hot. Yep.
So
Trap
go
card
see the
down.
gifts. Go see what the fuck he did, and then hey, Top Rope Tabletops in a couple weeks, guys.
Come watch.
Holy shit.
Come watch him. That's awesome.
Mikey's on the fucking come up right now. It's
love it.
crazy. It is wild. And then
love
that wasn't even the main event.
Nope.
There was like, oh, and here's another match. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's called the buffet of wrestling.
It is a buffet of wrestling. That's for fucking sure. Holy shit.
You want to know what I learned from wrestling? I think we can officially stop trying to measuring wrestling success by like old ways. I think that's like officially just done. Because you can't compare anything 20 years ago now. Nothing's like comparable.
You know, I think a perfect example, like I hear through the grapevine people calling out, oh, you're wrestling in front of like 5 people at 880 or something like that, right? Like, and those are those Thursday shows, right? There's
I'm
not
like,
a lot of
well,
people.
do you
But you don't know how many people are watching around the world.
Yeah. I said, yeah, you know why? Because it's Thursday is a free show. Like, we didn't promote it. All thing we do is just say is like
we just do it.
We just do it. It's not like. But for the paid shows, like the big Friday shows that we do, and it's packed. Literally, one bathroom, 200 people, good effing luck. Yeah, Voodoo's down the street. Yeah, like that place is packed.
Yes, it's amazing.
Packed.
It's amazing. The energy there.
And no one understands like that building is 2 different climates. You walk in there, don't need a jacket. You walk outside, it could be Arctic freeze out there. But like the guys, like it's totally different. 880 is not what you think it is.
You gotta experience it.
I wish it was 5 people in there. maybe we could actually all use the restroom and not be like so fucking crowded. Like God,
I can't use the restroom. I can't use the restroom before the show when there are 5 people in there.
Exactly.
That's
you want to talk about DIY wrestling? God damn.
Fucking punk rock just shit and just credit to everything happening there.
But like it goes for everything. Like
and it's and I feel like it's elevating everybody else because a lot of those faces are popping up other places. I feel like some people are coming into other promotions more solid than would have otherwise because it's like people are and there's nice turnover there too. People aren't sticking around like forever for the most part, right? Unless they belong there, you know. But no, it's interesting. It's
the thing is with that they like guys like Lawless. They they help out guys like, you know, Reese Hayes and all that stuff that while they're there. But also Reese Hayes now has opportunities to go elsewhere, like you mentioned. But Reese always comes back. Zeke works with VCW as well, and comes back. They just this. It's a magnet of all this all these wrestlers that are just
around,
and it's starting to attract video talent.
Yeah,
it's actually we're starting to get some hits for people that want to work with us because of it.
Yes.
So like, and that's been a fascinating thing.
Isn't it crazy when people just do their own thing and then I have to worry about, how are we going to impress Vince McMahon to try and get all fun? Fuck that. It's just fucking. Just do what you want. Like I think the last 5 years should be in Castro as just do what you want when it comes to creativity. Just don't break any laws, but just do what you want. Just
Absolutely.
create the stuff that you want. Why are you worrying about some people who always
it's
hate
a
your
fucking
shit?
art form.
Yeah, some people are always gonna hate. What
Man,
you do.
did you made the perform the you can't get a tryout with WWE or you got one you got denied? Fucking make them want you.
Make them want you.
Make them want you. I believe this is what our friend True Prince Pro in the chat room.
True Prince.
Mikey Montgomery has been on a phenomenal run in AEW lately. 2024 is going to be the year he breaks out and the rest of the major indies realize just how freaking good he is. Yes.
I think Pittsburgh's gonna have a breakout year. I think honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think the city's just
there is some
rumblings in
there's
the city.
some stuff.
There's a lot of people who want to come back into the city that have not been
this is a vibe here that I haven't felt
in years.
In 15
in
years.
years.
No.
And and people thought 2018 was a good year for us. I remember that people were it's the best time. Nothing's gonna beat this time. You have no idea.
I would say
you know
idea. What? I would say I want to make a bold statement that's gonna piss some people off. I think this is the best era of Pittsburgh wrestling since the Norm Connor years.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. No, and
And
somebody,
I even feel that Norm
100%.
Connors loves the shit that he sees. I get he likes the shit that I pre-post. He likes the shit other people posted. I'm like, Norm, do you love this shit?
Zeke's like, I see you, Norm Connors.
I pay attention, people.
He
I
did
love
a whole list of
Did he?
not a whole list, but a whole page of stuff about one instance of RWA.
Well, is this the thing like him and Derek going back and forth a little bit?
Yeah. It was him complimenting Derek and how he did or it was he knows he's watching wrestling.
He's out there. He knows what's going down. He
I
might be
know
watching right now for all we know. What's up, Norm? We miss
Norm,
you.
we miss you. Actually, I never even met you yet. That's the crazy part. And the crazy thing is, Norm, you used to run shows in my hometown of Canonsburg, and I missed. Yep. I missed all of it. And the funny thing is, when the place he held those shows, I was wrestling for the middle school right across the street from it. So yeah.
Do we get everybody's? Oh, Brandon, I think is what he learned. TNA's pay-per-views are now being called premium live events, apparently.
Yeah.
According to, apparently. So, I think that's everybody, right?
Zeke,
hey,
I did.
You did.
Oh, you did. You did it. Yes, you did.
Yes. So I will actually I'm going to be watching wrestling this weekend. I'm going to be going to KSWA because it's right down the river here in Sheridan. Mostly because I saw that Yinza, the Pittsburgh Luchador, is coming back. So he was out with a medical issue for several months. So I'm good to see that he's coming back, and we're going to go check. Plus, it's fucking Battle Bowl. It is one of the most ridiculous things every year that they do down there. So, gonna be, if anybody wants to come and
support indie wrestling,
support some indie wrestling with me. I think some friends of the show are going to be on there. I think Dennis Gregory has a belt there, so that's always entertaining. By the way, Dennis Gregory is the most off the hook at KSWA.
I bet.
It's not. It's not tread on me flag Dennis Gregory that we see at RWA.
So Dennis Gregory at KSWA is like Zeke Mercer at 880. Just completely two people.
Yeah, but the opposite way.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He's got a blinky hat, comes out the boogeyman. At least it was. I don't think he's doing that part as much anymore. But and you never know. I don't think they have any. That's where I met Demolition. So you see that picture over there?
That is the picture.
That is the picture. That is actually the picture. That was a lot of fun. Anyways, no, it is a fun time going down there at KSWA, and I haven't for a long time actually. So
go to your local indie shows, people.
Yeah, whatever it is, it does.
That is legit a small business. That is a local small.
And
business.
I got KSWA is one of the good ones. You don't get to see a lot of it because they don't do video. to any extent that I've noticed, but it's a fun show to go to. They do great stuff at Millville Days. They do great community events. I will put them over on that.
Yeah.
So, and they got some good crew down there. So, and I mean, there's rough edges like any indie promotion,
Yeah.
I mean, have we seen an indie show in the last month that didn't have a match with rough edges? We're like, well, that one could have gone better.
What wrestling show has perfect edges?
Exactly.
What show was perfect? Name a perfect wrestling show.
Yep.
Go ahead. Someone's gonna say WrestleMania. I know someone's gonna say WrestleMania.
Riz is Riz plays games.
Yeah, I'm playing video games.
There you go.
Sometimes I'm gonna stream. I don't know.
There you go. We're gonna get you and Dutters together and play some apparently some old SmackDown versus Raw here in the near future. So I'm hoping that date on the calendar stays because I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
I have some new I actually a while ago bought like an HDMI hookup for the PlayStation 2 and a new memory card so we can play some games here in the studio. So
I'm trying to play some SOCOM.
I do have a copy of SOCOM.
See, I'm trying to play some SOCOM.
My PlayStation 2 collection is probably one of the wildest ones.
I love those old.
I was thinking about dusting off the old Dance Dance Revolution pads. We'll see.
Get out the can you bring out the 360 Connect boxing because that shit was a workout.
I do have a Connect.
Dude,
I don't know if it works, but I don't have boxing.
I love the
I do have Star Wars Connect.
You have the Star Wars.
I don't think I've ever played
with the
that.
Han Solo dance game.
Yeah.
Han Solo dance game.
Zeke Mercer is on the social medias, but he won't be at your wrestling events in the ring.
Yeah.
For the month.
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter. Literally at this point, guys, go on your Google machine, type in my name. You
Zeke
will see
Mercer
all
wrestler.
the social medias I'm on.
Yep.
Click one of your favorites. Follow me on there.
Linktree.
They're there.
Linktree.
Linktree.
Get one of those domains we were looking at. I won't say the one that I was suggesting. And you can if you want.
Look,
actually, don't because somebody's gonna buy it.
At this point, just use Google. It's worked. How many times have I just said that and people like, damn, you actually popped up?
Well,
Like,
Bing,
yeah.
are you Bingable? Do you know if you're Bingable?
If I'm Googleable, is that the word? Googleable?
I don't know. It is now.
Am I able to be Googled? I am able to be binged or bonged? Bing bong? I don't know.
No, bonged is the past tense of binged.
I don't fucking know.
All right. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Stay tuned to the Patreon.
It does come up to your cage match. I do see that.
Look for the Patreon.
Look for my cage match.
Check your cage match. We're out of here. We'll see you guys next week. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.